Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and today I'm unboxing an HP Mini 311, if I can figure out where to cut the tape. There we go. Now this isn't a unit that I got from retail. It came from the folks at NVIDIA, who wanted me to test out a laptop with the NVIDIA ION graphics capabilities. I've already tested a couple of desktop computers with that platform, but this will be my first laptop with NVIDIA ION. It's a 11.6-inch display, and so it's very similar to a lot of the consumer ultra-low voltage netbooks that are out these days, or notebooks that are out these days, but it comes with NVIDIA ION graphics instead of dedicated graphics. So let me make sure you can see. First thing you find in the box is the setup instructions. Pretty easy to understand. Basically tells you to put the battery in and plug it in. And then there's the laptop itself. Let's go ahead and open that up. Now this is a review unit and the battery is already in place. That's something that might not be the case on whatever it is that you get from the manufacturer or from whatever store you buy this from. So that's the laptop. Let's take a closer look at that in a minute, but first let's finish opening up the box to see what else is in here. Got a power brick, the rest of the power cable, and down in the bottom there's HP coupon, customer satisfaction survey, microfiber cloth for keeping the screen clean, recovery DVD, and some documentation. So let's take a closer look at the laptop itself now. Let's position this a little bit better. So around the sides you've got HDMI port, USB port on this side, power, and a key lock. 2 more USB ports for a total of 3. VGA adapter, Ethernet, and card reader, which can handle SD cards, MMC, XD, and Memory Stick Pro. And an audio jack, which is a combination headphone microphone jack. So you'll either need one at a time or a special adapter to use that. On the top, we've got a little piece of protective plastic. I'm not sure how well this is going to come across on the video, but there's sort of a textured design on the screen, sort of swirlies. Not particularly masculine or feminine, just sort of a design, a little bit more interesting looking than your usual boring black top. HP logo, Energy Star sticker, which of course you can remove. On the bottom, we've got a single large cover here, which you can take off to access some of the internal components. I'll take a little closer look at that on Liliputing.com and see what's inside there. The battery looks like it pops out. Let's put it down to pop out the battery. Here's the battery, and it is a 55 watt-hour battery. Once the battery is out, you can get a look at what's inside here, and the answer is not much of anything. I don't see a SIM card slot, for example. So I do know that this is a notebook that Verizon offers with 3G capabilities, but that version must have a slightly different configuration. The touchpad is nice and wide. It's kind of it's a little smoother than some of the others that I've used, and I'm sure you can get used to that pretty quickly, but it sits almost flush with the palm rest area, but there is sort of a line here that you can feel with your finger, so you should be able to detect the edges without actually going over them. The side areas used for scrolling, as you can see by this marking, and two distinct buttons underneath. The keyboard is pretty wide. You've got a very large shift key on the right side, large enter key, shift on this side. The function key is, I have to say, almost hard to read from this angle that I'm sitting at, and the sort of light grayish, bluish color of some of the function keys is a little hard to read, but most of the time you're not going to be sitting to the left of your computer, and when you're looking directly at it, it's not as hard to see. The keyboard's pretty much the same size as the keyboard on the 10-inch netbooks in the HP mini series, so this is the 11.6-inch display, higher resolution display than most of the 10-inch netbooks, but the same size keyboard, and I asked HP about that at a recent event, and I was told that basically the keyboard works. They've gotten a lot of good feedback on the keyboard, so they decided to keep it, even though you can see that there is extra room on the side. Fairly light, but the main thing that really makes this notebook special is the fact that it has NVIDIA ION graphics. So, to really put it through the paces, I'm going to want to test it with some high-definition videos, some video games, and some other GPU-intensive tasks. So, looks-wise, it's a very nice machine, but I want to see how it stacks up performance-wise against other similarly sized and similarly professional-looking machines. So, for example, I have here the Asus UL20A, which has a 12.1-inch display, and as you can see, they're fairly close in size. I mean, 11.6 inches is a little bit smaller than 12.1 inches, but not much smaller. And so these two laptops are very similar in terms of size. You can see when you sort of stack them together that you can see a little bit of the Asus laptop around the edges. By comparison, though, if you look at a 10-inch laptop, here's the EPC 1000H, and the HP is definitely wider than that one. So there you have it. There's the first look unboxing of the HP Mini 311, and I'll have more details at Liliputing.com and on this YouTube channel, so keep checking in.